kilogram finals. In the blue, Spencer Lee. In the red, Nathan Tomasello. Here we go.
Oh, hands are flying right away.
And, you know, the thing that you guys talked about on the FRL radio is how good Spencer is on top. Oh, my hands to the face right away.
Shoving those hands to the face.
And Spencer has got both laces and guts all weekend. I mean, he's been really dominant on top when he's got to that position.
Yeah, and he can transition well. He'll be like kind of working the lace, and the guy will sit back, and he'll transition so quick, and he's so powerful and explosive.
So one thing I like Nato doing right now is he's not letting Spencer get a hold of him. Obviously, Spencer loves that tricep to all of his attacks, and Nato's hand fighting hard and keeping him off that. So you see, as Spencer tries to grab the tricep, he clears it.
And there's that drag we were talking about, down block drag. Underhook, ankle, and he's in position to score here. Spencer Lee will strike first.
Tomasello's going to hop that head out of bounds right now. If I'm putting it down.
And look at Spencer pulling him back in. He really wants a chance to work. See, he goes lace to gut, but no turn.
Oh, come on.
Caution.
Are you kidding me?
White paddled and white paddled, so no caution.
Oh, thank God. I mean, wow. But the other guy brought his red paddle up right away.
There we go. To the leg. Cannot get.
And this is where you see Nato had the right underhook and pulled it out because Spencer was starting to grab the tricep. Oh, my gosh, so strong. Stuffs him, circles.
Shoves him out. He's going to pick up another one. 3-0 now, minute 10 in.
Powerhouse.
Yeah, he's so strong underneath there.
And Spencer's been shooting high crotches all tournament long, but it's been singles. He's been favoring here against Nato. Nato, that left leg lead could have something to do with that. Nato likes that post left side high crotch to Spencer's trail leg. And a nice sweep single to the leg that Spencer has wrapped, as you see Terry Brands and Mark Perry in Spencer's corner.
Wow, yeah. So Nato's he's smartly keeping his space and pulling those arms back in. You know, I got to think if you watch Spencer's college matches, there's got to be, oh my
Single
goodness.
leg whizzer here.
And Spencer's just so efficient at finishing these leg attacks. You got to assume he's going to do it again and again and again. Once he gets to the legs, his level of efficiency is amazing.
Man,
he's amazing. 2 more, 5-0.
Yeah. So you got to think if you watch Spencer's college match, we have seen some weaknesses in the second, third period. If you're Nato, you got to try to make the match go as long as it can go, don't you?
I guess. I mean,
we're gonna caution.
Interlocking fingers, nothing to say. Stop doing that.
Wouldn't you think, Bader?
Well, yeah, of course you want this thing to go 6 minutes.
Yeah, the longer the better.
The alternative is getting tacked or pinned. I'm right.
No, I mean, obviously you can choose to engage in action or evade action.
Sure.
Yeah.
And if I'm Nato or if I'm one of Spencer's opponents, I'm going to evade the action as best as I can.
And make this last match go long.
Yeah, and make it long and try to keep it close. I mean, that's one thing I think we didn't get to see the Suriano-Spencer Lee match, but that's one thing that would be interesting about the match is Suriano is very evasive. He's hard to get to.
Yes.
And that's why that match is so intriguing to most of us.
Of course, Suriano lost to Vito Arujau in the quarterfinals, of preventing that matchup from happening.
And the Vito.
Their drag.
Ooh, nice.
Nato's still got a hold of that arm.
Great recovery from Spencer there.
Yes.
He wasn't in good position off of that shot, and he was able to come out of it.
I know the Vito Spencer Lee match was fantastic when we got to see in the semis. I mean, there's some really good scrambles in that matches. I believe Spencer scored off both the low legs and a gut wrench on top, but just awesome wrestling. And this whole bracket has kind of been, even we go round of 16, quarters, semis, it's been awesome.
And you think about 57 kilogram, this Olympic trials, I mean, that's what this is all for. We've got Dayton Fix, he's already in, he's sitting out. We've got Thomas Gilman already in, Seth Gross. Okay, in addition to Spencer Lee, Nathan Tomasello, Nick Suriano's qualified, Vito Arujau's qualified. Joe Cologne's qualified.
This bracket's absurd.
Wow. It's absolutely absurd. The quarters are going to look like finals matches for most tournaments. We're now underway in the second period.
Yeah, and then you think about all the guys who aren't going to make it there. I mean, it's so impressive.
Nishan.
Well, I think Nishan's qualified from previous world qualifier, correct?
Yes, he's qualified.
Despite the fact they didn't wrestle.
Very
right.
nice.
Oh,
there we go.
Attack.
Wow.
Just 2.
He's got to open up.
Tomasello gets a crack on top. He comes now within 3 points early.
He's pretty much a straight gut guy, and he's got a good one.
The referees always say open, but they don't ever really make you open. Can Nato get a turn here? Doesn't look like it at this point. He doesn't have the hips locked in.
He went for it, though.
Well, he's tightening it up, and this is again where we've seen Spencer struggles the second period. And oh my caution! Hand to the face, white paddled and
Caution and one
Caution and
confirmed for
one.
hands to the face. Daggone.
Well, he's going to get 2 more. He needs 2 more takedowns here. So, you know, Spencer here, I think he's got to go keep pursuing those leg attacks because he's as good as he gets right there. Yep. He's got to get his hands locked because once he gets his hands locked, when he's a killer.
Look at
Heavy hands pulling. How many guys can pull Tomasello down like that?
Oh, that was nice attack.
Underhook throw by doesn't quite convert.
Keeps hustling. That was awesome wrestling by both guys right there.
For me, this is the best version of both guys I've seen.
Yeah, absolutely. Nato's looking good. Spencer's looking good. Oh.
Nice job circling
That's
back
where
in for
those hit.
Spencer. Nato on his knees. Is he retreating a little bit?
He loves this little over-under position from short off.
And he's trying to pick
pull
him up. And he's going to take him.
my
There'll be 4.
goodness.
Who does
Just
that?
2.
Who does that?
Holy smokes.
Wow, he just snatched him up. And that was maybe Nato should have gave the one push out.
Yeah.
Hindsight.
Hindsight's 2020.
He's over-under. He just
And
picks him up, pulls
and
him
then
up, throws him.
pancaked him. Yeah.
You just don't see that.
Yeah, that was brilliant mat awareness by Spencer. And, you know, by Nato, he should have probably felt that one coming. Kind of like with the Zahid match, right? When he felt it coming, he adjusts his positioning appropriately.
It's going to be really fun to see Spencer in the bracket. I mean, to see all these guys in this bracket.
Dude.
But, you know.
Yeah, the way they seed it with Sir, you know, Sir does be lower, but then you have Seth Gross where he ends up, Joe Colon, where are you going to put him? Dayton, where are you going to put him? Gilman, where are you going to put seed this bracket for us.
I think Gilman's.
What, Dayton
I think
should be the
Dayton's
one.
1,
Dayton's
Gilman's 2.
Maybe.
So who's 3? Colon? Colon's a world medalist.
I don't know, man. They might give it to Spencer.
So is Gilman.
Yeah, but sure, 2 years, yeah. No, 3 years ago now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what way they seed that. All right, Spencer doing a great job holding
I
position.
think you got to keep Spencer and Dayton apart. I don't know how you see it, but to me, that looks like.
Was there any consideration given to keep Spencer and Thomas Gilman apart, seeing as their teammates?
There shouldn't be.
There should not
You shouldn't be
correct.
moving the
It's
bracket
the
around
Olympic
because
trials,
they're teammates.
yes.
And I don't think that there would be, as we're looking at 8-2 now. Nathan Tomasello, he needs to get something. He needs to get takedown to a turn here.
Yeah, he's just not clearing Spencer's hand fighting. He's obviously slowed him down a little bit, but he can't get through Spencer's head and hands here at all.
Another sweep attempt there, but just holding in this front headlock where Spencer's so good.
Super impressive performance defensively. We talked about
Holds up
not
wrist.
seeing him 3 years in freestyle. He came out, he looked like
Didn't matter.
fire all weekend.
Probably the biggest applause from the crowd, or a very big one.
Yes.
They appreciate what he just did. 6-point win over Nathan Tomasello. Spencer Lee, your winner, national champion at 57 kilos. Guys, that's it.
That was awesome.
Man, it's over.
I thought that was a great weekend of wrestling.
I got to agree with you, Ben. That was fantastic. Capped off by